Hey guys, so at the moment it's middle of January and most teams in Southeast Asia, they're filling up with their foreign quota spots. So I was thinking last night about the process of finding a football team, looking for agents, and I wanted to tell you about two guys that I know and how I think the best way to approach finding a football agent and finding a football team, the best way to do it. And I want to talk about these two guys. So they're both good friends of mine, and eventually they did both find teams, but at the time when they were talking to me, they hadn't found a team. And we'll talk about the first one. And he is quite passive in the way he deals with stuff. He won't really put himself out there, and that's a shame because he's a good footballer, and if you're not putting yourself out there, contacting people, connecting, then you're not going to go anywhere. There's so many people that are good players but they're not putting themselves out there, and as a result they won't find a football team. So that's the most important thing I think I can tell you, is that if you want something done, and this can apply for anything in your life, if you want something done, then it's always the best if you try and sort it out for yourself. You don't try and rely too much on other people. Of course you need other people, but you need to do a lot of stuff yourself, take a lot of responsibility. So this first guy, he messaged me and he said, I can't find a team. I'm like, bro, let me help you. I know a few agents that might be able to find you a trial to find a team. So I gave him these contact details, 3 agents, and he just messaged them all. And then I left it at that, and a couple weeks later I gave him a call. I'm like, bro, have you found something? What's the agent saying? And he's like, bro, I've messaged them but nothing's happened. I'm like, bro, give them a call, because you know they live very busy lives and you never know. I was telling him, like, for example, one agent, he has a family, so he's looking after his family, he's got children, he needs to concern himself with all these activities that their children's doing. He's working a normal job and then doing this agent work on the side. So he's probably dealing with a lot of players, he's getting a lot of messages, a lot's on his mind. So if you're not like following up with him, of course, then he'll probably forget you. He'll see the message, he'll be like, oh yeah, okay. But then maybe the next day he forgets about you. So if you're not on his case, then it's not very helpful for you. Now he was like, oh bro, I don't want to bother him too much. But I'm like, bro, this is your future, your career, so you need to really pay attention to this. And eventually he called him up, and lucky for him, the next couple of days he got a team. Now, the opposite of this guy is another friend of mine who got a team much earlier, and he called me up directly and he's like, bro, let me talk to this agent, can you talk to this coach for me, you know him well? And I'm like, yeah bro, I'll help you out because he's a good friend of mine. And he was just contacting everyone. He knew everything about every team. He knew how many foreigners this team had, how many foreigners were coming in, so he knew, okay, this team, they don't need a midfielder, so I won't try and go there. As for another team, he found they need someone, so he went about it like this. And you know, in my younger days, I would say I was more like this passive guy. I didn't really put myself out there, but now as I'm getting older, then I'm more like this guy here. I put myself out there. And just like the younger guy, I think that's a lot of you that are watching out there are like him as well. So it's better in this situation to put yourself out there, because there's so many players in the market and you really need to follow up. You need to contact everyone to get a football team, because it's so competitive. And this guy, he taught me a lot, and he found a football team, a very good football team. He's on a good salary, all because he's putting himself out there. He made a really good video highlights package of himself, which really highlights his strengths, and yeah, he's doing great. So that's the difference between these two guys. My big advice for you, If you want something done, you do it yourself and you'll get a lot more done that way. Alright guys, just a little bit of information to share with you. Hope you enjoyed this, and until next time, ciao.